I visited Rome this summer, and there are 6 urban design lessons I learned from this ancient city. And why Rome, you ask? Because I just visited Rome, and maybe my next trip will be to Paris, and I will record another video about Paris. But now let's go to Rome. Point number 1, the missing middle. So let's cover the topic that you all knew I'm going to talk about. And here in North America, we call it the missing middle. Only in Europe, and specifically in Rome, the middle is not really missing. The entire city is consisted of mid-rise buildings of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stories in height, adjacent one to another, create this very clear street wall. It creates this very strong character to the city, and most importantly, allows for people to live near transit, amenities, and the urban core. Lesson number 2, streets width. Rome has a variety of streets that really adds to its character, from narrow streets that are clearly meant for pedestrians only and for buildings to shadow the street in hot summer days, to streets that allow cars go one way only, to wider streets that allow transit. You can find all of these in Rome. And yes, I know Rome wasn't built in a day, and its streets were planned and built over a long period of time. But the fact that these narrow streets survived these changes is pretty remarkable, because in Paris, for example, they didn't. My next lesson is that Rome wasn't planned for the car. And yes, I know Rome was planned and built thousands of years before the car was even invented, but they didn't make any changes to accommodate the car. And let me tell you, the way streets are being designed today is really start and end with the car needs in mind, which result in a much wider streets than they really should be. My next lesson is the ratio between the width of the street and the height of the building. Here in Toronto, the guideline is that the height of the building should be equivalent to the right-of-way of the street. And generally speaking, in North America, we have the opposite ratio. We have really wide streets with low-rise buildings, 1 to 2 stories. And in Rome, it's exactly the opposite of that. Really narrow streets with 6 to 9 stories in height. My next lesson is the beautiful piazzas you discover as you walk in Rome. Something that is quite missing in North America, because we have this really rigid grid of streets that have rarely any changes to it. However, there's no real reason why we won't have those piazzas or squares in our designs moving forward. And my last lesson is the importance of the variety of things. The width, the height, the materials, the color palette, the piazzas. There's such a wide range and broad context to everything in Rome that is really not repetitive, which creates this sense of adventure when you walk in the city. So these were my 6 urban design lessons from Rome. Thanks for watching.